Hi, it's Leela, the proud poly kinky queer slut. Today's question is, why do you wear makeup? So, um, Makeup is a complicated thing for women, and it has been a complicated thing in my life. I grew up with pressure to look a certain way, to act a certain way, to be feminine in specific ways that were acceptable to society. And for example, when I started working, I felt like I had to wear makeup as the uniform of the office, as a way to be treated with respect and seen as someone who takes care with detail. Um, this is not something anybody sat me down and told me. It's something that was just in the water around me. It was just the atmosphere, and subtle comments make a big difference. So I ended up resenting and disliking most things having to do with beauty. Most things having to do with makeup, with stylish clothes, with anything having to do with how one should dress. And I had my kind of work clothes where that was what I did because I had to, because I felt like it was necessary and required. And that was a really negative thing for me, having that be required. So I just rejected it for a long time. But something happened when I started being more authentically me and out and about. Really, when I started going out by myself and making my own friends after I had kids. And, actually, the person who put this to me best was my daughter. And she said, wear makeup when you want to because it makes you feel good, and not when you feel like you have to. If you feel like you have to, don't do it. And if you feel like you want to, then absolutely do it. This is also something I learned through talking to my wife and to other trans women friends who have a completely different perspective, because they were not enculturated having to wear makeup. They were enculturated not being allowed to, and feeling it as something that was prohibited. So the sense of makeup as play and for fun was something that was new to me, that I hadn't really even considered for myself. And for the longest time, my wife had her makeup, and I was like, maybe a little eyeliner, and that was it. Now I wear makeup when I want to because it makes me feel more powerful, and I like the way I look and feel when I do it. And a lot of times I don't, and especially in like work scenarios, a lot of times I don't wear makeup. It's just fine not to. These are personal decisions, and it's really what makes you feel good. But ultimately, I think that it's, we're a long way from the days of Victorian corsets, but we are still in the days of pumps that kill your feet and of compulsory beauty standards. So there are no right and wrong answers, but for me, my balance is that I do what feels right for me, and if I'm not doing it for me, then I rebel and don't do it. So thank you very much for your question. This is Leela, the proud poly kinky queer slut. Remember, you can ask me anything, and have a great day.